What did Mr. Corbino say, though?
No, Mr. Corbino, right. He used to come into the class. I liked Corbino. He was a heavy-set guy with an Italian guy, you know, with black hair, painted horses' asses, as I said before, smoking one cigarette after another. I like that. I like. Keep going. I like it. That was his thing, you know. But he was an interesting guy. He showed me, made a few points that turned out to be correct, you know, as far as he had information. An interesting guy. So sometimes I did open my ears to Corbino.
Didn't you say he said something special?
Yeah. Well, you know, he wanted to put a few drawings of everybody into a show at the League, and he looked at a couple of drawings of mine, and the drawing I wanted to put up, he said was the worst of all. You know, and he picked out the drawing which I thought was the worst of all, and he said it was the best of all. And I realized a couple of years later, looking at both drawings, that what he said was correct. You know, it's a funny thing how you think. Well, I was young.
Why did he want to put up the worst of all?
Well, he wanted to put up what I thought was the worst.
Oh,
at the time, which turned out years later when I looked at them both that he was correct.
Mm-hmm.
That it was the best that I had there. See, he knew something, Corbino, you know, and I didn't realize what the things he knew for a couple of years there. It was kind of interesting. But he was a colorful guy, you know. I think he hated teaching. He came in once or twice a week. He tried to make it as short as possible, interviewed each student a little, gave a little advice. I liked him. I also studied with Kenneth Hayes Miller there, a little bit, not too long. It was dull. His paintings were kind of dull. But he had something to say too. You know, you don't have to be a good painter to be a good teacher, as strange as it might sound. So, see this, I brought this out just to show you, getting back to what I was saying before that. I never painted what anybody else around me was painting. In the 50s, I was not doing abstract expressionism or hard edge painting or any of the various offshoots of the so-called, whatever that was called, hard edge, action painting, any of the offshoots of the movement of the 50s, abstract expression. While they were doing the pop paintings, I was doing New Wave. Now don't tell me this isn't New Wave. I didn't know what I was doing. Of course, you can see little elements, air marks of Franz Klein, you know, but it's a figure. They were doing pop art, and I was doing some kind of a strange image here with a figure. It's like a black figure bending a gold bar, bending some kind of a barrier. But it's interesting, I was doing what now I realize when I look back at it, it's New Wave painting. And this was done 1966, think of it. Then these people came along in late 70s and started doing what they call New Expressionism or New Wave. I was doing it in 66, mid-60s. Before I went into the other business, which we've been looking at for most of this session. This is current. This would fit in today, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could put a show of 10 of these pictures up today. It would fit right in. But today, I think today is the first time in my life I really have converged with what's happening. Like what I'm doing is what everyone else is doing for a change, you know. It's interesting. And maybe it'll do something. So, anything else, Doc? Have we covered everything?
Well,
I'm pretty relaxed about the coming up show. But I'll tell you something, you know, when you're having a one-man show like this morning I woke up and I had this sense of doom. that was unbelievable. Like the walls closed. I'm not nervous, really, you know. I'm very relaxed about it, but I had this. You sort of feel you're really putting yourself on the line, you know. There's no group show like at Mokotov with 80 other people in it, you know. You're kind of putting yourself on the line, you know. And then you have all these people there. There's going to be a mob there, you know. And you're there with your painting. And you really feel, I had this tremendous, and I think every painter feels that. I suspect. Even though he may feel good, like I feel good about the pieces I'm putting in. I feel they're unique pieces and good. I had this tremendous, I don't have it now, I had it this morning. This tremendous sense of doom.
You mean doom?
Overpowering.
You mean doom as if that nobody's going to like it?
No, it's just that doom. I don't know. I don't know if I can put it into words. I don't know. It could be a number of things. Like I'm going to have these paintings up, and what for? I mean, what's going to come out of it? You know? I don't know. Not a good way to feel.
Well, what other way could you feel? You don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I could feel totally high about it, you know, and I do feel good about it. I feel great about this show. I do. You know, now I'm feeling fine. I feel good about it. Maybe it's just that it was Monday. You know, Monday is usually not a good day for me. Monday, you know, the day after the weekend, first day after the weekend, the Monday blues, you know. Maybe that's what it is all about. But I suspect that every painter, when he's having a one-man show, gets a sense of, well, maybe that's it, that you're naked. Suddenly there you are. Like, do you ever have a dream? I'm sure everybody you've had a dream. You find yourself naked in the crowd, you know? And Jesus, what the hell? I'm naked.
Yeah.
Here I am. What am I going? I'm totally exposed. I got to get out of here quick. You know?
Well, the closest I've come to that is when when I've done a play, even in a small theater, and you don't want to sit there while the people are watching your play.
Uh-huh. Same thing. Yeah. I know when the opening night comes, I know I'm going to be feeling tremendous. I love to have fun. You know, that's the fun night for a painter. That's when everything is out there. You know, everything you've been doing is up on the wall. It's all there. It's fantastic. Yeah, and you want to have fun with it. I have fun at my openings, you know. I love it. I have a lot of fun. I like to meet the people coming in, and I like to drink. I like to have a good time, which I'm sure we will have. Well,
Are you trying to tell the world in this painting, do you think you were, what a difficult thing life is?
that might be. You know, you might have hit it right on the head. You know, because here's what this is about, Doc. This was a series of about, I don't know how many, 8 or 10 cartoons, you might call them. Like, almost like you'd show a comic strip. One thing led to another. Like, this was, I think, the second painting in the series. At first, the first one I did, the gold bar was a purple bar that was straight. And the figure was reaching out his hands with like this, right? In this painting, he's really into the bar, you know? And the bar is buckling. The barrier, whatever it is buckling. He's got his leg up against it, and I guess there's a macho-ness about the blackness of the body, the violence of the form. There's a penis with a gold head. the thickness of the legs. There's a macho or masculine power in there, you know, like push through it. You may have hit it on the head. As the paintings progress, you'll notice the bar begins to break up. And in the last painting I did, the bar was just crumbling to pieces, exploding, and the figure is through. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This was an interesting series for me because the way each painting progressed, the progression of the paintings, you know, the significance of each picture. It should really be bought as a whole series, you know, all 8 or 10 of them. But now they're all dispersed. I only have about three left. They went out to different people. It should be seen as a whole series. 1, 2, 3, 4, you know. This is one of the most interesting, you know, kind of strange, horny head with the helmet flying off. And this is actually like a ray gun propelling the thing. You know what I mean? Like Buck Rogers had a ray gun attached to him, and the ray. This is the energy force helping, or propelling, or helping the thing. Kind of interesting. Simple too, silver, gold, and black. Yeah, doctor. So what do we do, call it a day, doc?
Yeah. Any last word?
That's all, folks.